Inmates and outmates. God inspired me to start this monthly blog and briefing for men. He has also inspired me to write the many articles thus far. Therefore, if you have a son, a husband or daddy, or any other family member or friend that has been in or is at this time in jail or in prison, encourage them to read the article, Our Brothers in Confinement, on the blog page of diamondfaithministries-writing.com. You can print it and send or take it with you on visit. If I would have known what I know now. Being incarcerated is tough. It's where you separate the men from the boys. That's what I thought until I went through it too many times and came to understand it more clearly. I found that it actually separates the scared from the unscared. Fear and intimidation have much to do with any group of people. There are those psychopaths that want things done their way. They seem to be the most scared, but show a good front and a good and tough front, and therefore have a following of people that they will do their bidding for them. The last paragraph reminds me of the enemy, the great dragon, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, who was once called Lucifer, and his fallen crew of followers. The similarities are apparent, and the parallel is seen in the behavior of his human kids and those that ignorantly work for him. Doing time. In and out of jail or prison, as inmates or outmates, these types of groups are better known as gangs, clubs, groups, cliques, and organizations, etc. And most want others to abide by their rules in their devilishly childish belief that they are better and more powerful. Yet fear and differences also play a big part in this mind game. We are all biased people and need a godly refocus. And we all do time, and we all have only 24 hours of it per day. Thus, it's a valuable commodity for each individual. And it's even tradable. A person can give their time in work for money, or give their time as restitution, or as a reimbursement for a crime committed. Fear of the unknown. Most are already intimidated before they get incarcerated, especially sentenced to prison. They've heard stories. There are many that think they have to join a gang in order to survive, though that's not true. There are also those that think they have to pretend to be a Christian to be left alone. Fear drives a person to do foolish things. The scared. And there are those that love to use this fear with added intimidation and physical persuasion to get the scared and frightened newbies to get involved in doing and supporting their childish politics and jailhouse games. In jail, I remember scared new-timers would come in and with nothing to do but time to do, they would just waste it. Killing time was their pastime. Acting tough was because of fear, and hanging with the wrong crowd of the same race was for protection. Becoming puppets and doing the bidding of those higher up. I didn't like the intimidation, so I wasn't in plenty of altercations, but God always had my back. I realized that most of these tough guys were just scared, hurt, and angry people that never grew up and didn't know how to. What's funny is when they got released, their wives, girlfriends, or mommies proved to be tougher. They became outmates on the short leashes of their new wardens. The unscared. These guys were tough. They were comfortable in their own skin. They didn't have to act tough because they knew they were. And because of the way they carried themselves and spoke, the scared knew to leave them alone or to confront them with a group. The unscared were good people that respected others and expected the same in return. These are the people that I got along with. They mostly kept to themselves. They weren't threatening and didn't play into the politics or games. Thus, they didn't take the childishness home with them. And as outmates, they are fairly good husbands and daddies, and not in need of a home warden. The tough part. There's a tough part of being incarcerated, though it's more spiritual. Yet many do not know how to discern the spiritual from the physical. And so they retaliate in the physical because of what they feel in the spiritual. Therefore, think about what you're thinking about. What is your spirit telling you? What is God telling you? Remember, the enemy is also whispering contrary to God. Therefore, you must know the Word of God in order to see the deception. It's tough being away from those that you love, the hugs, the kisses from your wife, your children, your family. If you're not married, then your mother, siblings, and friends, they're constantly praying for you, sending packages, money, and letters of love and encouragement. This is the tough part. This is the tough part. That is the tough part. So make a plan to stay out as an outmate and stick with it no matter what. If not for you, then do it for your loved ones. Remember, you are not the only one hurting. If you are incarcerated at this time and you start to think of the outs and about the pain you're causing others, you may start to feel sad and convicted. Don't retaliate in the physical. Don't be angry at others because you're angry at yourself, but turn to God. He's calling you because it's time to grow up. Brothers, don't be frightened to reach your full potential or to become the man that you were born to be. Sincerely his, Sir and George, of Diamond Faith Ministries. Shalom.